TikTok. Welcome back. It is still football analysis on SEETV. I am Omolabake, right? Welcome back. All right, so let's go now to the La Liga where we have marquee of the marquee game. We have the El Clasico, and it is quite the game. It is quite the history. It is quite the result. It is. This game always delivers. Long and short of the story.
Once tagged the greatest football showpiece in the world.
Because, I mean, in all fairness, it does qualify.
Well, these days, maybe not.
Barcelona currently topping the log based off of goal difference only. Let's say goal difference only. And but Barcelona are yet to lose. They have drawn, yes, 22 points. They're tied on points. Barca and Real also on 22 points. Real Madrid yet to lose, 100 points, 100% run. No. Not anymore. All thanks to Osasuna. But now going into this game, you have Real Madrid high flying in Europe in the Champions League. Barcelona, it's not going so well for them. But now this game, we know that going into the El Clasico, result is not usually decided by form.
Yes. And
form is actually on both sides and in the league. What can we expect from this game? Going by the marquee names, by the marquee players, you have Carlo Ancelotti on the touchline for Real. You have Xavi, who saying that he understands the enormity of this fixture will be understating it.
Exactly.
So what are we expecting from this fixture?
This is a classical, like from the bench to the coach to the players on the field. Each team, they are quality. None of them is, would I say average? I'm not sure, but maybe someone would argue. But I see a whole lot of, beautiful football to see. This is the game. This is the game. I was saying it last week that this El Clasico is an El Clasico that will determine how much each team wants to win the league. Is it Barcelona? Are they going to win the league after this, or is it Real Madrid? It's early days. People will argue, but they are trying to state
their intent.
This is look. Barca are unbeaten in the league. Madrid are unbeaten in the league. Barca mirrors in the Champions League. They have been here and there. They have not. The last game in the league when the CL was a draw. Same as Madrid though. We were very, very, very lucky to get 1 point against Shakhtar Donetsk. Does that show that their form, their impeccable form at the start of the season is becoming to derail, and they are showing signs of fatigue? We don't know. But Karim Benzema is back, yet to score a goal. And
upon his return,
and it's coming up. That means he's yet to score a goal this season. That means upon his return, he's coming up against Robert Lewandowski. For the first time, we're having a Clasico with Benzema against Lewandowski. Two out and out nines that have been on fire for the past 10 years, and I cannot wait to see how much quality is going to be, because prior to this it was always the BBC against the MSN. When MSN left, it was Benzema against Suarez. Where Suarez is gone, Benzema against nobody. But now
Benzema, and you can even talk about the fact that the last meeting of this side, Real Madrid 0, Barcelona 4 was the result.
That was Xavi's first Clasico, and he outsmart. But
Madrid also won the league that season.
That's what I want to say. Madrid had the last lap by winning the league, so they were like, okay, Barca won the trophy of BTV, Santiago Bernabeu. We won the La Liga. But are they going to say that again this season? I'm not sure. They are coming to the Santiago Bernabeu of having their, how do I put it, their wings clipped by Inter Milan, almost even burning their beds. But I'm just saying, this is a game of games. This is the game of games in the La Liga.
And I think it's safe to say that you expect one team to have their unbeaten run
ended. I don't want to see a draw. They should not come out with a draw. Not especially not a goalless draw. Let one person beat another person. I am not picking a side. I am partially a Madridista. I've already said it before. But I don't mind if they get beat at their house. by Mbaka because I want to see
It
goals.
shows how much of a Madridista you are not.
Hello, they beat me last season in the final. No, I beat me last season.
That's what happens when you're not pitching your tent with one club.
I'm a Liverpool fan. All this.
Anywho, I have a lot to say about this, but let's move on.
Because now you know about it.
Real Madrid, Barcelona. I think it's going to be quite the game. 4:30 Nigerian time is the kickoff. That's happening on Sunday. It's Super Sunday, really. You have the Premier League giving us more than enough drama for tomorrow and action, and as well as the La Liga as well. You know, showing up like I got you, I got you covered, and all that stuff. So for this game, let me put you on the spot a bit.
Right.
What's the final scoreline you're predicting?
3-2. Anybody?
3-4.
3-2. I'm not saying. I just know 3-2.
Bro, what's going on here? So
you put me on the spot. I bounce that. That's my own. 3-2 for somebody.
Okay, it's gonna be quite interesting. He's getting 3. He's getting 2.
I see Rafinha scoring though.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Just Rafinha.
Lewandowski.
I'm not saying anything.
Benzema.
Because I know Madrid.
Vinicius.
I know Madrid would want to.
Rodrigo. Modric.
Come on, don't do that.
I'm just asking. Camavinga, Tchouaméni.
I'm not mentioning.
Who's getting the goals? Pedri, Gavi, Dembele.
Whoa! I'm just talking about something. It's actually going to be so many battles. This is going to be Vini versus Rafinha, Lewa versus Benzema. The other side, are they going to start Ansu Fati? Because we know Ferran Torres has not been Ferraning.
He's not been firing and all this year.
Let's say they're going to use Ansu Fati. Ansu Fati against Rodrigo or Federico Valverde. No, come on. Federico Valverde.
Game on! I'm looking forward to this. Yes. I'm looking forward to this particular fixture. And let's see who's going to be toppling the other. Who's going to be extending their lead at the top, or who's going to be swapping places with the other team. That remains to be seen. We'll be waiting to see how the particular game does, shape up. We are all here for the drama. I don't have anybody I'm pitching my tent with. So I'm only going. Okay.
We could get beat. I don't mind. SEETV is called Barcelona scholar, so I don't mind.
Oh my lord! Away from the La Liga, let's go now to the Bundesliga, where we had the El Clasico last weekend, and it delivered on drama, it delivered on results, it delivered on goals. We had 4 goals in that one. Bayern Munich sharing the points with Dortmund at the death in that particular one. 2-2 it ended. But now Bayern take on SC Freiburg tomorrow. You had Bayern Munich all firing, scored 4 goals in midweek in the Champions League, and now they take on Freiburg, who are actually ahead of them on the log.
This is truly a Super Sunday.
Who are ahead of them on the log. You have Freiburg leading Bayern with 2 points. Freiburg are sitting in 2nd place with 18 points. Bayern Munich in 4th place with 16 points. It is quite the game. It is quite the action it's going to be delivering. On paper, based off of momentum, perhaps based off of but it's quite interesting. Both sides drew their last games, so but on paper, by pedigree,
Freiburg is a nobody to Bayern Munich.
Exactly, right.
But Freiburg has been showing us that this season, are they going to be the dark horses or are they going to be the dark Rams? We don't know. We can say I don't see them derailing what Bayern has been doing this season, because before the international break they were 40. Now they have been faultless. They're back to their factory setting. Bayern beat everybody factory setting.
Well, they couldn't beat Dortmund though.
Yeah, very close. Oh, and talking about that, Leroy Sané is not okay. It is Kingsley Coman is not going to be available because he's on
the red card.
So, but Kingsley Coman is just part of the puzzle. That's why I love Bayern Munich. One player out is just part of the puzzle. Kingsley Coman out, they put Ryan Gravenberch back. Simple, easy. So I feel firepower wise, Freiburg does not have anything to contend against Bayern Munich with, and this is going to be, I can't say it's going to be easy because Freiburg are 2nd on the log, Bayern Munich are 4th. So to an extent, Freiburg have been the better team in the Bundesliga this season. So is that going to tell in that game? Maybe not. But It's all Bayern Munich for me. It's all Bayern Munich for me.
Okay, let's see if Freiburg will be able to give us an upset, which I'm always very excited about. Let's see if we're going to be getting that kind of result. Away from that, another drama, talking about Union Berlin taking on Dortmund. Berlin are seated first place and with 20 points. You have Dortmund in 5th place with 16 points. They are tied on point with Bayern Munich. Dortmund were able to pull something out of nothing is seemed against Bayern Munich to get a point, and now they take on Union Berlin that have almost been faultless to say the very least. Berlin have only lost 1 game all season. Dortmund have lost 3 games all season. It's quite the tale of 2 teams, of 2 stories. Normally in the Bundesliga you expect either Dortmund or Bayern Munich to top the log around this time of the season of the league.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
It's quite interesting the teams that are taking up the top 3 spots right now.
Berlin, Freiburg, and Hoffenheim. But I've said it, by December we should see the table to have a reset, go back to normal.
I trust Berlin.
You trust Berlin? Okay, let's see if their wall will stand against Dortmund, because Dortmund is the yellow wall. They are the original wall. If you ask me, Union Berlin. They might. I think they are far-reaching. They are stretching their arms where they are not meant to stretch their arms at. Getting to the top of the table. They faltered in the last game. They tried to pick themselves up. Then they got a draw. Are we going to see that against Dortmund? Dortmund that look like that they are back in their form after the Clasica, the 2-2 game. Prior to the Clasica, they annihilated Sevilla in the Champions League 5-1 away from Madeira Pijuan, and 2-2 against Bayern Munich. Then Sevilla came visiting. They were unlucky not to get all 3 points. They got 1-1 game. Played out a 1-1 draw. So now they are hosting. No, they are going to
Berlin. Yeah.
So I for one feel Berlin would try and take the game to them. Like, no, we are tabletoppers. We want to remain like this. If Leicester can do it, why can't we? Let us see what we can do. Let us try and pick them up and all. But you are coming up against what's it called? A Borussia Dortmund team that just don't know how to stop scoring. Is it Karim Adeyemi? He's just trying to pick up his form. Is it Yusufa Mukoko, Antonio Modeste, Julian Brandt, Jesus Reina? Not to talk of our boy JB.
Jude Bellingham. But it's quite interesting. Dortmund have got 13 goals all season in the Bundesliga, and they've conceded 12. They only have 1 goal at home.
Is the back line.
And for Union Berlin, they have 16 goals to their name, and they've conceded 6. They have 10 goals in their color. So it's very interesting, this game, and it's only Frankfurt that has been able to topple Berlin all season, but Dortmund have faltered in some games that you would have expected them.
Bayern Munich.
You expect them to get maximum point. Okay, we will see what the drama would bring, or it's going to tell. Talking about the Bundesliga, let's move over now to the Serie A, where a lot of stuff is currently ongoing and happening, and we are here for all of that. Napoli have been almost faultless. Before we get to Napoli, though, let's talk about Juventus playing today. Torino taking on Juventus. Juventus have not been.
Juventus.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Torino is actually okay. No, they're just like
they're not far apart. Juventus in 8th place, Torino in 10th place, and now
still mates for me.
No.
Still mates for me, if you ask me. I see online, might get a goal. Torino.
You would love for him to get a goal.
I would love it for him to get a goal. If he doesn't get a goal, get a sumptuous assist, bro. Compound the walls on Max Allegri, because Allegri has...
I'm sorry, I have a question, sir. Would you like to take Allegri's job?
If possible, because Allegri is not doing what he's meant to do. Allegri, you know Allegri before now. You know Allegri before.
Okay,
tell me, is this Allegri that you know before? No,
I don't know.
I think you don't have. Okay, we only said he doesn't know how to use young boys. He doesn't know how to use young boys. He's trying to prove us wrong. Vlahovic is young.
There's
Fabio Miretti, who is on the Golden Boys list, is young. Weston McKennie is young, and he's still not. Come on. You were beaten by Maccabi Haifa.
That was in the Champions League.
I don't mind.
We're now in the Serie A. Maybe the story is going to change. Let's see if
that's still, and they're in the 8th position.
Maybe it's going to change. Okay.
Max,
Atalanta taking on Sassuolo. Let's leave Juventus alone, shall we? Atalanta have been in very good form, we have to say, in the Serie A. Yeah. They are currently seated in 2nd place, 2 points behind Napoli, and Atalanta, Sassuolo. Sassuolo have also, been, I think, they've been given the results. Maybe not to the level of Atalanta. I think there's a difference in the quality of the side and all that stuff. Sassuolo have been quite balanced in giving us the equal number of wins, losses, and draws. They have 3 in all pockets. For Atalanta, they have 6 wins, 3 draws. They're yet to lose all season. So, what are we expecting from Atalanta? They give us exciting football.
Goals as usual. If you see goals, look, I see Luis Muriel scoring again. He's trying to bring back the old memories of the Luis Muriel we know. I feel if Atalanta stick to their guns and don't leak in goals like they did against Udinese, where they were already 2 goals up and decided to just open
up, crumble.
I see them winning over Sassuolo easy with Muriel, Ademola as well getting goals. They should do well against Sassuolo. I see them taking all 3 points.
Okay, away from that game, let's go over to also some other fixtures in the Serie A. Let's talk about Inter Milan taking on Salernitana. It was quite the midweek drama Inter delivered for us in the Champions League, and in the Serie A, we also have to mention the fact that, in my opinion, I think Inter Milan have been under-delivering. I think that they've not been giving us the kind of games, the kind of results, the kind of goals we had from them last season. Kind of forget the back-to-back title chase. AC Milan and Inter Milan before AC Milan took that one. But now you have Inter looking to, they scored 3 goals midweek over Barcelona. Okay, there is that, but we've been complaining so far about their goal scoring prowess. At least for me, I feel like there's a lot more that I think Inzaghi's boys can do up front, in front of goal. I'm expecting to see Lautaro Martinez at this time of the season with double digits.
Well, to say the least, not just in goals, but in goals contribution, both goals and assists. But at least, at the end of the day, Lautaro, he ended up covering like against Barcelona. It took his time. Dzeko has been the one shouldering the team goal wise. Robin Gosens has been adding his own. Enrique Mkhitaryan, Nicola Barella, especially Barella.
Barella absolutely
very, very tremendous for them this season. Their goal scoring, based on the fact that it has just been on one man, has overshadowed the fact that their defense line has not been what it was last season. Milan Skriniar, who was on top of the world last season, has fallen down the pecking order in top defenders, if you ask me, because his games has reduced. Are we going to say it's the fact that he was not able to get his transfer to Paris Saint-Germain? I don't know, or to Chelsea, because they were the 2 teams vying for his signature. I can't say, but I still believe, I still see that no matter how much Salernitana are trying to hold forth, I don't see them stopping Inter Milan. I am not Octopus, but I see Inter Milan getting up points, and Lautaro score
and give us some Lautaro stuff, because talking about Lautaro Martinez. But let's see if he's going to take to life in this area the way we expect him to, and the way he has been delivering over the past season. Right, and that's quite the absence for Inter Milan. Lazio taking on Udinese. Udinese have been very, very good all season.
That's a good game.
And we're talking about 3rd place, taking on 4th place. They're tied on point. It's quite
the game.
The game, absolutely. So who do we see getting the better of the other?
Yeah, Udinese, if you ask me, because Udinese has been very, very impressive. Lazio has been impressive as well, but Lazio, under Mauricio Sarri, Mauricio Sarri for his kind of football, he's going to play you attack-wise, try and get goals. But that has not been coming up. It has not been giving them what they want. They've scored minimal goals, especially even in Europe. In Europe, they got beat by I won't say minor team, but sort of in the conference league. Europa League, where they were, and it is not being impressive enough for them. But
The Serie A, I think, has been a different form for them. 21 goals they have to their name. Udinese have 19 on the other hand. Lazio have conceded 5 all season, and Udinese have conceded 10. Lazio are coming off of a back-to-back win, and taking on Udinese, who dropped point or who fought for a point over Atalanta last time.
Fight for the point, or they were unlucky not to get all 3 points against Atalanta.
They settled for a point now, didn't they?
So
what are we expecting this game? I think goals should be something that we should get.
If we don't see 3 goals, I'm going to call Maurizio Sarri. I think I still have his that number, but I'm not going to talk about it.
Sorry, which number?
Maurizio Sarri. I ain't saying nothing because I know you asked about Sarri's number before. I'm not giving
excuse me, what did I ask for it for? Okay,
let's official baker, but you know what it is.
Oh, okay. I don't know what I was baking. But just saying. Okay, away from that game, let's talk about Napoli taking on Bologna. Napoli have been the big boys of the Serie A all season. They have been giving it to us back to back, and at this point in time, maybe I should concede the fact that maybe Napoli just might get it. It's still early days. We still have 29 more games to play.
Facts.
So Napoli, that I know, they give us exciting football. They give us goals. They give us the result. But the Scudetto, I don't know.
Why not? Scudetto, why not? AC Milan has not been AC Milan. Where is Juventus? Where is Inter Milan? Who is their main competitor this season?
Atalanta and Udinese.
And Atalanta, who are
and
they?
Lazio.
Atalanta, who are they? Are they ordinary men?
Gasperini's boys are not your mates.
Have they taken the league before?
Okay.
Where were they last season?
They were there.
Look at Napoli, man. They've got wins. Like, I think they have 7 wins on the trot, 8 wins.
They're about
not only in the league, in all competitions.
Actually, they've been having. I mean, Group A, Champions League. They've knocked everyone.
In fact, who has beaten them this season? Nobody. They've only dropped points once or twice. Like
and they've had draws, but not losses,
defeats. And now they have the services of our star boy back, Victor, who got a goal on his cameo appearance against Ajax. And you're expecting me not to get like 2 goals today.
I mean, there's Raspadori as well. There's Vartkelia. There's Anguissa.
Simeone.
I have to mention his name, absolutely.
The Mexican, Evan Lozano. Oh, come on.
It's quite the matchup. It's quite the form.
And their daddy, Luciano Spalletti.
Is he going to play and score?
He doesn't need to play. To me, that man is like a player. He's like a player because he's one of those coaches that like, if his boys make an error,
it's so animated.
They take a glance at the coaching area when they see what he has done.
it's so animated. Like it comes with the passion.
Yeah, I love him for that.
It delivers it. Okay.
I told you, I'm migrating from Juventus to Napoli. Napoli like Lagos.
That's bad.
That's only if Allegri goes. I'm going back to Juve. Come on.
Verona taking on Milan. We are believing people that normally port from one place to the other. Let's just face what that have been. Talking about Inter Milan, beg your pardon, AC Milan now.
Yeah.
I think the space. We need to indicate the distance between both sides. It's quite the space.
AC and Verona, A and V, Ifa.
Okay. Agba Sadiki.
I'm not Sadiq though. One is the Brian.
Okay, so Verona Milan, on paper, we should expect a win for AC Milan. AC Milan.
No.
I was not impressed midweek as well. As I was not impressed the week before that.
Yeah,
so
champions, they should be doing better. Honestly, they should be doing better. Because in the league, they have been trying to replicate what they did last season. Last season, they didn't start proper, like they didn't start on fire. But they started their season and after like 15-16 games, they started to beat everybody. They were everywhere. Are we going to see that this season? I don't know. Maybe. Giroud has been trying for them, but it's not all of it for them this season. Rafael Leao has been their man. Same as Fikayo Tomori, Catalere, the Belgian. They've got players. Brahim Diaz, Theo Hernandez. Come on, these guys are players, and I want them to fight or something. Divock Origi too is there. He's not getting any goal this season. I want my boy to get a goal. I see them vying. At the end of the day, they should be in the top 4. They have to be in the top 4, especially with the influence and the personnel. If he's not playing, come on, the best footballer that ever lived. Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Okay, there is that. Okay,
So
let's see what that
something.
particular game should deliver. I think AC Milan on paper should be getting maximum points in this
Yeah.
one, but we don't play football on paper now, do
That's
we?
it, though.
We play it on the pitch. Talking about Sampdoria taking on Roma. Roma have not.
Oh, I beg you.
It's been quite detailed. Wins, draws, losses. I think they've had both. Let's say both, all
Oh.
in quite the numbers,
Yeah.
and also the fact that a notable absence has to be the fact that Paulo Dybala will not be in action for them over the next few weeks. I mean, his injury the last time out is quite bad. That chances are he might not be making it to the World Cup.
Yeah, I'm so sad.
Which is quite the absence in the
I'm so
Mourinho
sad for
squad.
him. I'm almost in tears. I think I need a tea to clean up my tears, but it is what it is with the ball. I don't mind me. I'm just like this. It is what it is. I was so heartbroken because when he was signed by Roma, we saw the fanfare. We saw it was like a carnival to welcome him. Because Inter Milan were not accepting him. I don't know why. What was wrong with Inter Milan? I think it is that karma of not accepting the ball that is wrong with them right now. Because the ball and anything low. Imagine that the ball and Dinjeko.
It's not happening.
Fire power.
It's not happening.
Fine, it didn't happen. But now my boy is in Roma. He's playing with Zaniolo. He's playing with Tamir Abraham. He's playing with Shomorodov. He's playing with Ibanez. He's playing with Christie. He's playing with Smalling. There's nothing I can do about that. He's the star boy of the team. And now the star boy is out injured for as long as possible. Come on, is that going to affect Mourinho's boys? It's been affecting them quite. But Mourinho, come on. The Vespa driving coach. I don't know what is wrong with him. I don't know what is wrong with Mourinho. I don't know what is wrong with Roma. Roma has 6 on the log. Roma is meant to be like fighting for
top spots.
spots.
But in fairness to them, you can compare. I think we can compare the personnel Jose has at Roma to what Pioli has, to what Inzaghi has, to what Gasperini even has, to what Spalletti has as well. So
yeah, and that was why I was using start to mention their players. It was like a
subtle dig.
Yeah, and then like nobody. Only time if you ask me, they have like just 5 top players. No, and they're not top. Dybala, Tammy,
small enough for us to make it there now.
Ooh, I beg.
I'm not mentioning anybody again.
Zaniolo. Aha, Leonardo Spinazzola. So yeah.
Oh, okay. I
their
forgot,
goalkeeper to an
Spinazzola
extent, Rui Patricio. So
as well. So I don't know. It's quite interesting.
Their captain Florenzi.
Absolutely, it's quite interesting, and let's see if Roma will be able to get maximum points in this particular fixture and make it a back-to-back win away from the Serie A. Let's see. Let's check out and let's do a brief stopover in the Liga, where we had a very unexpected boring draw last time out from Paris Saint-Germain. Talking about goals, talking about firepower, talking about quality players. PSG have it in abundance, and so and that they had to give us that barren draw against Reims last time out. We didn't like that. They're going to be taking on Marseille tomorrow. Olympique Marseille before the last. It is quite a Sunday. It's the battle of the Sunday. You have in first place Paris Saint-Germain, 26 points. They have taken on third place Marseille with 23 points. So it's quite the close fixture. Goals we should have.
Yeah, we should have goals. We should have goals, especially the fact that these guys are goal-scoring teams. 2 of them, they know how to. You cannot have the chocolate boys and not get goals. Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe, and they should get goals at plenty. And Marseille, the boast of Guendouzi and Alexis Sanchez, who feels like he's
like a rebirth of some sort.
He's doing good. He's going to be for Olympique Marseille. I for one wanted to see this game with the 2 of them remaining unbeaten, but it happened. Football happens. Marseille was beaten in the previous game, but they have not stopped scoring. Still, they have not stopped scoring. It was only PSG that stopped scoring their previous league game, and
talking about goal Australia.
And I don't see them trying to do it again. Messi was rested for the Benfica game in the Champions League,
and he also didn't play against Reims last time.
So
also,
this time around, it's going to be fire for fire. I see beautiful goals coming in. I see Kylian at least getting a goal. if not two. So we should see goals. We should see game. We should see a beautiful game of football. But what I know for Saturday is it is not guaranteed for Paris Saint-Germain to win this game. It is like a 50-50 if you ask me, because
maybe 70-30.
Yeah, okay, let's say because of the quality of the players.
Yeah, exactly.
70-30. Well, I'm not going to be ruling out Olympic Marseille from
pulling something out.
Yeah.
And it's going to be quite the game. So we have more than enough fixtures to enjoy and savor for tomorrow. Today as well is also delivering, but it's a Super Sunday. Paris Saint-Germain taking on Marseille, 7:45 kickoff Nigerian time. Now moving away from that, a quick update though. Leicester City taking on Crystal Palace. 67 minutes played. It's still a goalless draw. I think not to score first.
Nah, then not to score first.
Okay.
You better score first. Or else you're not going to score. This 0-0. So
we'll carry like that. Okay, and now let's talk about the Golden Boy nominee for 2022. We have the list out. Let's do a quick rundown of that, and we'll get to talk about who is doing what and whom is perhaps going to be winning this. Jude Bellingham of Borussia Dortmund, Antonio Silva of Benfica, Karim Adeyemi of Borussia Dortmund, Eduardo Camavinga of Real Madrid, Fabio Carvalho of Liverpool, Ansu Fati of Barcelona, Gavi of Barcelona as well. You have Wilfred Gnonto of Leeds United, Ryan Gravenberch of Bayern Munich. You have Josko Vadio of RB Leipzig, Fabio Miretti of Juventus, Jamal Musiala of Bayern Munich. Nico is on loan from Barcelona. He's with Valencia right now. Nuno Mendes of Paris Saint-Germain, Pedri of Barcelona, Giorgio Scalvini of Atalanta, Benjamin Sesko of RB Salzburg, Matthias Tell of Bayern Munich.
So you see, I do know players, right? You see,
you know everybody.
I know.
They are all your boys. So now here you have the list. Take out your top 5. I'm curious to know.
That's unfair. It's unfair, but I'm still going to. I'm still going to try and help them. Boys, if I don't call you, don't get vexed with daddy. You know, it's just trying to, you know. Okay, my top 5. I would say in no particular order, right? Okay. Jamal Musiala, come on. Jude Bellingham, come on. Eduardo Camavinga, come on. Even though you have not seen Kakan, we have not seen Kakan. Pedri, come on, man.
Which is the current order of that?
If he does it back to back, it should be
massive.
It should be massive, but it should be unjust. It's in my top 5, but it's not
the number one.
It's not, for me, it's not the number 1. And my last pick, that's where the problem comes in.
Last pick, no, you picked Bellingham, Musiala, Pedri, Camavinga, beg your pardon.
Pedri. So my last one, so okay, my last one has to be a three-man short list. I'm sorry. Fabio Carvalho is my boy. Benjamin Sesko, come on, and Josko Vadio. Those 3.
Sorry, we said when you picked 5, you picked 7.
No, I want to pick out those 3. Josko Vadio, Benjamin Sesko,
and Carvalho.
Fabio Carvalho. Fabio Carvalho, I cannot say Fabio Carvalho. It should look like I'm being biased based on Liverpool, but he's not yet based on what he did for
Liverpool. It's for Fulham.
So it's for Fulham. So Fabio Carvalho gets a shout from me. Benjamin Sesko gets a shout from me, but it has to be Josko Vadio. Josko Vadio was solid defensively for RB Leipzig last season, to the extent that Chelsea were willing to pay £90 million cash down for him. It's not an easy feat, but has he been replicating that form this season? Exactly. That's why he's in my top 5, because he's back to that same form. But notable mentions to Ryan Gravenberch and
how will you take the entire list?
That's what I'm saying. I'm at Astel. Come on, I have so many boys in here. If you play Football Manager, you know you have many boys.
Okay, so there is that. Okay, so very interesting list. Let me see who I'm spoiled for choice as well. Bellingham most definitely gets it.
Is my number 1.
Jamal Musiala as well is been impressive last season, coming on to this season as well.
It's between JB and JM though. It should be between the
two of them. Eduardo Camavinga absolutely gets to my top 3. So it's between Bellingham, Musiala and Camavinga for my top. There's Carvalho. Fabio Carvalho for Fulham. We didn't watch all of Fulham's games last season, considering the fact that they were in the championship. But he carried them on his shoulders. This is a guy who just turned 19.
He's 20 now.
But, oh, sorry.
He was 19 then.
Yeah, he turned 20. And looking at a player of his age with such composure, with such quality is very impressive for me. So he's coming up to my 5.
Pedri, Nuno Mendes, Nico,
Sesko. I've been very impressed with Benjamin Sesko. For club and country, he's been having the time of his life.
True.
Talking of one
of the baller.
Pedri. At this point, I don't know. I've given you my top 4. There's Bellingham, there's Camavinga, there's Carvalho, and there's Musiala for me top 4.
I want to ask you now, who do you think does not deserve to be on this list?
What kind of put you on the spot is this one?
I have one.
Okay, the only person I would say, not because it doesn't deserve to be there, but you ask that based off of how many games is he here or is he making the list, which it's no fault of his. Talking about injuries, I'm talking about Ansu Fati.
That's my personal.
Based off of injuries, Fati is an amazing player.
No doubt.
He's
gifted.
He is. That's the word. He is gifted, but Ansu Fati was unfortunately plagued with injuries last season. He kept on, like, he comes, he goes back, like 5 games in, 2 games out, and sometimes it doubles up like that. So it's very interesting. I think is here based off of his quality or his potential, not because of what we've seen from him, based off of last season, right? Is why that's going to be the him being there, and why I'm wondering how perhaps I should say so.
That's my own lips too. So the last one, who do you think was meant to be here that was not?
I'm trying to. Maybe Harvey Elliott.
That is the arguments people.
Elliott had quite the
season, but he was injured for most of it.
Same as Ansu Fati.
So why is Ansu Fati there and Avi is not there? Whereas Avi was in the top 20 that was released, or Wonder Kids that was released earlier this year. That same Wonder Kids list that they used to compile most of this.
The Golden Boy nomination.
And he's not, and he's missing. So why is he missing? I have Avi Elliott and I have okay. He started shining this season, so we can't say Moises Caicedo.
Okay, I think it's still early days. Talking about his I mean, the season is still early. I mean, just joined Brighton and all that, so let's see. And unfortunately, I left out 2 names. My bad. Destiny Udogie for Udinese and Nikola Zalewski. How we forgot those 2 fellas. Talking about Roma. So it's quite a list. Talk to us and let us know who your top 5 is. Who do you think should have been there that is currently not there, and who you're picking to actually win this particular one? Do you think Pedri will be retaining the award for this season?
Nope.
I'm asking our audience.
Oh, sorry, I'm just answering for them. Nope.
Do you think Pedri will be holding on to the title, or are we having JB or JHM or EC talking about Camavinga, wrestle it away from Pedri? Just have boys who have been having amazing season. Carvalho as well.
Yeah.
I think if Fabio Carvalho had done what he did with Fulham with a bigger side, like off the top of our head,
he's number 1,
right? But Fulham are Fulham.
20 goal contributions for them last
Fulham are Fulham. He practically carried them on his head and neck to the championship. So from the championship,
shining light for them last season. Fabio Carvalho, right? If he had this season, if not for the fact that he has star players to play against, there's no way he's going to come and bench Luis Diaz. Neither Salah nor Bobby Firmino. Firmino with 1 leg is still going to be played by Klopp. We know that. So the little time is that he's impressed. He scored the winner against Newcastle. He's impressive. He was impressive against Rangers. The whole 90 minutes. So it's not lack of him trying. It's just lack of time, and the quality of the team is him now.
He has to wrestle for his shirt, and I think he's going to eventually get it. Let's look at with the congestion we're having over the fixtures. It's going to get his time, absolutely. Okay, so talk to us, like I've said, across our social media handles. We'd like to hear from you on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Let us know. SEETV Live is Ando, and on Instagram and TikTok, we are at SEETV Live 1. Let's know who your notable absence here, who your notable mention is. Who would you like to add to this particular list? Who would you be taking out? Who would you be, you know, all that slotting and changing and all? Yeah. What's your top 5? Talk to us and let us know. Do you agree with my top 5? I didn't give it a top 5. I actually gave a top 4.
We didn't talk much about Gavi though. It is what it is. Gavi did well last season. It was overly impressive.
It was. There's also Karim Adeyemi. No, at this point,
Karim Adeyemi was extremely impressive.
At this point, it's okay.
The reason we are not putting more focus on Gavi and Karim Adeyemi is because their form of last season, they have not
been able to translate it to this season, but and 2022 is still on. That's the thing. So that's the reason.
My pick for next season is coming. Yusufa Mokoko. Watch out.
It's too early.
I'm just telling you.
Okay. All right. Let's quickly stop over. We'll do a U-turn or something to the Premier League. Let's see what's happening with Leicester City and Crystal Palace. 77 minutes played. It is still a goalless draw right there.
Is Ian in now?
Let's see what changes have been made by Brendan Rodgers as well as by Patrick Vieira, or if they're still sticking with their guns. Right there you have Patson Daka, who is gone out for Jamie Vardy, and you have Napolis Mendy coming on as well for Leicester City. For Crystal Palace, Milivojevic on, Michael Olise on as well.
That's the main threat.
Jared Ridwald as well. On next was gone out for Crystal Palace. You have Edward out, Michel out, as well as Dokure out as well. So it's very interesting if the changes for both managers will be getting them the much needed goals in this particular fixture, as we've had no one open the scoring yet.
This game looks like it's going to end in a draw or a late goal for one team, and anybody that gets the late goal deserves it. Even if you're not seeing the game, it feels like it's because he said it before. This is Vieira against Rodgers. The battle to get out of the relegation waters. So let's see who gets it.
Let's see who gets it. A quick look at the stats right there. You have Leicester with 10 shots, and as opposed to Crystal Palace's 8. 4 shots on target for Leicester City and 1 shot on target for Crystal Palace. Talking about the pass accuracy, you have 85% for Leicester City and 83% for Crystal Palace.
No one Leicester are yet to concede. They have only faced 1 shot on target. I'm going to say my own.
2 yellow cards for Crystal Palace, none yet for Leicester. And the passes is quite balanced, close as it were. 442 passes for Leicester City, 413 for Crystal Palace. The most important stats, as it is the goals, and goalless and barren. It still stands. Leicester are still very, very comfortable in the relegation waters. They have 5 points as it stands, 19 points on the log for Crystal Palace. They have 10 points and 13th place they sit. So let's see if this is going to end this way. If Leicester get maximum points in this game, getting 8 points, they're going to leave that area for the time being as we wait for other teams to play. And they'll go to 7 points. They'll get to 7 points, and they're going to be tied on point with Southampton. But let's see if they can get it. And if Palace gets that one, Palace will have a massive, massive leapfrog to the top 10, half of the Premier League table, which is very, very interesting. So, see the combination going on right now. Yeah, and that's going to be quite the leap. They're going to be tied on points with Bournemouth.
So detrimental goal difference because of that 9-0 bashing, if you remember.
Can I forget? I can't forget it. Okay, it's about time for us to carry our baggages and all that we came into the studio with. To leave the studio basically, but it is Saturday. It's a weekend for Owambe, as Izababa is showing you all. I don't know what wedding he's going to afterwards, but it's fine. Me, I have work. I have work to do, so I'm not decked out in my regalia. But next time out, if you guys talk to me, I just might come on with my gilly. How do you like it? How many waves? How many layers would you like? You're not wearing Ankara though, so.
There's no Mankara these days. This is what we wear these days. Come on.
Okay, We hope you had fun with us. It was an absolute pleasure hanging out with you, talking about the best sports in the world, and we had so much fun. Unfortunately, we mentioned Brentford taking on Brighton yesterday 2-0. I think we did.
Yeah,
Ivan Toney, will go. So it's about that time for us to leave, and that's it. Make sure you take care of yourself as you're going to watch football, as you're going to hang out with friends, as you're going to celebrate with people. One bed left, right and center is Lagos, always bubbling, the traffic already on the road. I don't want to think about it. Okay, but as you're doing all of this, make sure you stay safe, make sure you prioritize your safety. Do not drink while you drive. If you're drunk, please don't get in behind a steering wheel. Use a cab instead, all right? And don't make calls while you're on the road. For pedestrians as well, own safety, all right? We can take responsibility for it, a tiny bit. Use the pedestrian bridges if it is available. If it's not, only if it's not, should we cross the road manually. Look left, right, and then left again before you cross the road. Do your best not to be wearing your wired phones, earphone, or the wireless one. Before you say, Labake said that it's wired. Just know, so when you're on the road, so you can pay attention to what's going on around you, So from me and Izababa, we're saying adios and bye for now. And feisty and fiercely contested games of football we have seen so far this season, and many more to come surely. The champion, put your football knowledge to the test. You stand a chance to